you know, because of the situation we're all experiencing around the world today, you realize that creativity, I often tell people that creativity is not cancelled. Creativity can never be limited, right? Creativity cannot be restricted. There is social distancing, but with art, there are no barriers. With creativity, there are no barriers. In fact, art becomes a bridge that connects people. Art becomes a bridge that unites people. Art becomes a bridge that helps people to socialize in the midst of social distancing and also in the midst of the pandemic. And for older adults that that are in nursing home, many of them have not been allowed the privilege of seeing their loved ones. In fact, they are not allowed, the loved ones are not allowed to see them physically. Then the use of technology becomes very imperative. It becomes very important. So for the older adults in the midst of the pandemic, I believe that a simple art making process is something that I think is very possible, because older adults can start exploring images around them by being involved in by standing up from where they are, by exploring the environment, by going to, if they have personal or private library, they can just go to their private library and they can just go pick up book and look at images to just to enjoy the pictures, just to enjoy photography. And that way the books become like a library, right? It becomes like a gallery that actually the older adults can actually experience, right? And the older adults can actually experience virtual art exhibition by being able to view exhibitions that are curated online. And then just by looking at images of nature, images that are uplifting, images of maybe animals or anything, can really help, just to help them to be able to connect to the outside world. Because one of the things that came out of this COVID-19 is the mental health problem, right? It's really a huge one, not just in Nigeria, not just in the US, but around the world, right? But to be able to mitigate the mental health challenges that people are experiencing in the midst of the pandemic. So what is happening basically is that art can really help people to have a good mental health very, very strongly. And I would say that creativity is a simple process, right? So older adults can be involved in self art making process, maybe by doodling on white paper, by scribbling, and by using maybe crayon or pencil crayon, using acrylic pen. I mean, using anything, using their fingers to draw, to paint. That form of activity helps the blood in their body to flow. It's really helped them in a great way. That really helped to enhance their emotional well-being, right? And that also can also help in terms of intergenerational engagement. For instance, now older adults who are on a lockdown with their children or with their grandchildren at home can sit together and maybe through storytelling, they can have a conversation. They can talk about a particular picture, maybe a picture they took together maybe a few years ago, and then they can start talking about what that experience meant for. Just having conversation through creativity can really help to boost the emotional well-being, or boost the emotional well-being of older adults in the midst of the pandemic.